Hey, this is Wilson. I'm joined by my two prestigious co-hosts, Shane Christopher Murray, also known as the Man in Black, and Jason Big Mitch Mitchell. How you guys doing tonight?
Just want to start off by saying RIP to Takeoff because that's crazy.
Yeah, man, I woke up this morning to that news. Um, it was shocking, man. I was talking to Galvez about it today. Like I told him, there's some rappers who die, and it's always sad, and depending on how much of a fan you were of the rapper, it's painful, but it's not always shocking. This one was sad, and it was painful, and it was shocking. I
Yeah,
didn't see this one coming. Uh, and the circumstances that it happened under were most unfortunate because it was basically an accident. He happened to be in the line of fire. It was a shootout, and he got hit, and fortunately he lost his life. But it's weird because the Migos has been such a influential rap group. You can argue
hmm
greatest rap group. Outkast, UGK. There's been so many different rap groups throughout history. But I mean, the Migos, as far as their mainstream impact, as far as bad and bougie, um, it it was a great impact that they've had as a group. And to see one of their members pass away, and I know he was the youngest member; he was only 28.
yep,
I almost felt like I stopped just short of comparing it to John Lennon as far as in hip hop circles. I stopped just short of comparing it to John Lennon passing away, of course. John Lennon, the great member of the Beatles. Um, but I mean, in hip hop circles, I mean, like I said, the Beatles were a really big deal. And a lot of people think that their Takeoff is actually he wasn't the most popular member, but a lot of people feel like he was actually the best and the most talented. Everybody has their own opinions about that. But yeah, man, just a very sad, shocking death. So again, rest in peace to Takeoff. Um,
hmm
but we wanted to get into I wanted to get into. I want to start with of course, we're going to get into the Lakers winning their first game of the season on Sunday night. Um, it's Tuesday night right now, so the day after Halloween. So no Michael Myers mask. Mitch dressed up as LeBron James,
yep.
and like I said, that was yesterday, and now it's November, and the Lakers. So they won their first game of the season against Denver on Sunday, and then tomorrow night they play the Hornets. Is that here or there, guys?
At Pelicans.
Okay. And I know Shane said that Brandon Ingram will not play. He's in the concussion protocol, I guess. So, you know,
I'm sorry, versus Pelicans.
so
It's
it's
at
not
home.
okay. So we'll have to see. We'll see what.
Yeah, I think they played 2 games this week, and one here, one there.
Okay. Um, but yeah, let's start. Let's start actually with the news in out of Brooklyn that also broke this morning, uh, which was that the Brooklyn Nets have fired Steve Nash, and then the news came in a little bit later that Ime Udoka, who's currently serving a 1-year suspension um, with the Boston Celtics, that he will be the new head coach. And of course, he was an assistant for them the year before last under Steve Nash. Um, Jack Vaughn is the interim until they work out and they finalize the deal with Udoka. Udoka also worked as an assistant in Philly there. So I'll start with you, Shane. What are your thoughts on the situation in Brooklyn? Steve Nash being out and Ime Udoka being tapped as his replacement.
It was unfortunate for Steve Nash because he was handpicked by both Kyrie and KD, and he didn't have any real coaching experience, or he was trying to be a coach at the time. So the take that on, out of respect for them, and then they kind of ran over him to a certain extent. I mean, he tried his best, but you could see he was struggling to coach that team and dealing with all the off the court stuff with Kyrie and KD and all the injuries and so forth. And then when it comes to Ime Udoka, Stephen A. has said Boston actually decided to suspend him instead of fire him because they were trying to like hide him and keep him away from Brooklyn because Brooklyn was already aiming toward replacing Steve Nash with Ime Udoka. So, and then to see it coming to fruition, it's a controversial move, but I think it's a good move for Boston and Brooklyn, and we'll just see how Ime gets this team together because they got a lot of issues to straighten out, especially with Ben Simmons because his confidence is off, he's struggling, and I believe they 1-4, 2-4 as well. So
I think they're 2-5, aren't they?
something like that.
Yeah. Mitch, your thoughts on that situation?
It's a dumpster fire over in Brooklyn right now. Ben his confidence is in shambles. Kyrie he's doing what Kyrie does off the court. I mean, in big markets, you see, I keep telling Shane, man, this is how it is. You mess up. I mean, this is how it is. You get fired. That's just somebody's gotta. You gotta blame somebody. And unfortunately, it's my turn.
He almost told you to shut up.
That's a Jason Mitchell rule, That's a Jason Mitchell rule.
Unfortunately for Steve Nash, it was his turn to be the. It was his turn to bear the brunt of the blame. I mean, especially when you have three perennial all-stars on your team, they're looking to have a lot of success and they're trying to appease KD and show him that they're trying to win. I mean, KD, in the offseason, we talked about it. He wanted a trade. Two of his talking points were, I want Nash fired. I want the GM fired, right? So to start like this, I think they were like, you know what? We got to pull the trigger now. Rather do it now. That way, if we can bring in Udoka, hopefully he won't sleep with any of our wives or anything like that. But hopefully he can. hopefully he can get this thing going the right way, and maybe he can. A guy like Udoka, I feel like Ben Simmons would be able to respect him. I think Kyrie and KD will be able to respect him, and then hopefully he'll be able to give Ben some doggone confidence. Because I mean, it's like, man, he's like right now. It's he's like the East Coast, Russell Westbrook, basically, right? Like you expect him to play you expect him to play so much better, and he's just.
Well, Westbrook did just drop
right now.
18 points, so we can't say the East Coast Westbrook.
What'd you say?
Like Westbrook ain't airballing layups. So.
I'm just the comparison I'm making is they're not playing up to their normal standards.
Yeah.
Again, why haven't you changed your prescription yet? You still can't read between the lines.
Something like that.
Come on, man.
Hey, well, another note, if you Boston, do you feel some type of way?
Why? Also,
talking about the players.
Also, fuck Boston. Boston sucks, guys.
Yeah, it's fuck Boston. But I'm saying, like, if you Jason Tatum, you know what I'm saying, you Marcus Smart, do you feel some type of way? Like your coach smashed somebody, got suspended, and then hops on the next team?
I would feel some type of way. I'd be like, what the hell are we doing here? Like what kind of what are we trying to do here? We trying to
Like you,
are we
you took it to a championship, and then you bail like that. But
are we trying to be
Well,
left
he's
wing?
not bailing. He essentially got fired.
Are we
So
what is the Celtics? What is their priority? Is their priority to win championships and to maximize Tatum and Brown, or is their priority to be this Mormon organization, left wing organization? I read the report, and it said that after the Nets did their due diligence. They did like an investigation to try to find out, okay, what exactly happened. And they said
mm,
a big part of it was that he was using crude language to a female subordinate. So that's the whole power dynamic thing that the left, the liberal left, has weaponized and used to
oh,
the the whole feminist movement. Sorry,
yeah,
Shane,
one Republican on us.
it's the truth, brother. Um,
Your
and so
truth.
you have to wonder. Like I said, if I were Tatum and Brown, I don't know. They seem like I feel like they're fine. I feel like they haven't lost anything with. I can't tell. I don't know the guy who's replacing Udoka. He seems to be like they seem to be fine with him, and Tatum is he started off strong. He seems to be having his I think he may have figured out how to like his whole shot. His only issue he has every ability to make every shot. It's not any issue with his ability at all. It's the issue of his shot selection, and he seems to have figured that out. So he's been more efficient to start the season. So it could be they're fine either way, and they're just not worried about it. But at the same time, I would also feel a certain way that just the fact alone that they know how good of a coach Ime Udoka is. He just took them to the finals and won 2 games in the finals. So now he's going to a potential. They swept Brooklyn last year, and now he's back in Brooklyn, and it's like it's like a potential playoff foe, and they're going to have to be going up against their coach, who they know how good their coach is. But um, we'll just have to see what happens there. But it's definitely very interesting situation. Um, okay, I guess we'll get to the Lakers now. It's funny how one win.
Why are you so unenthused about the Lakers?
It,
because we're
I,
1-5. Like, come
yeah,
on.
but it's
You won
funny
a
though how
game, man.
yeah,
Relax.
but it's
So
and I think most people are like Shane, where that one win kind of it kind of halts the all the panic and all the dismay, but we're still 1-5, and if it
And
really
like all
what do you
most of
and
the West is
mean? And
struggling right now. Most
huh?
of the West is struggling if you look at what's going on. But
Yeah, it's true.
it's still turning around. Stop with this pessimistic attitude bullshit. Hard BS's.
man, would you open your eyes? One
I'm
and
open
five
my
is not.
eyes. We figured something out. We figured some shit out and won a game. And we could
It's
have
one
a chance to
game.
start a winning streak. Dang.
We do, but it's one game. Like, I'm not gonna like this fool. You
That
act
is
like
being
you're gonna
over
start a
6.
dude. Should we have it? Listen, should we start should we hold the parade on Figueroa already for one game?
See, spoiled
No,
ass
right?
Laker fans. Like I
No, no,
said.
no, no. Should we throw the parade for one game?
Yeah, we won a game.
So you want to have a parade for one game?
Yeah, why not?
Shane, don't be on here being flipping, all right, buddy?
Flip
I
it.
mean, with all this pessimistic shit,
Are we the Clippers? Do we hang division banners?
bruh.
Do we hang selfies? Or do we hang real banners and jerseys? All right
There's
then.
still
Just let us
opportunity to
up.
get a banner. So calm the
Speaking of
fuck
hanging
down.
jerseys,
We just had
uh,
a banner 2 years ago. You act like
speaking of
we ain't won in Stone Ages.
speaking of hanging jerseys, why aren't they just now retiring George Mikan's jersey?
Yeah, that was odd.
Um,
I
What
thought
the
it had been
hell?
retired, to be honest.
What in the world? I never noticed his jersey wasn't up there because why?
Me
I wouldn't
either.
even. It's like I
I
just
was
assumed it was there. He should have been the
Me
first
too.
jersey they retired. What's going
I
on?
was like, wait, what? Sheila was telling me, she was like, yeah, they're gonna retire George Mikan's jersey, and I was like, what you mean? Like again? What?
I mean, keep in mind, like that was in Minneapolis Lakers,
But
and
like
this wasn't the bus.
one of my Twitter
That wasn't the bus ownership.
one of my Twitter followers said, well, I mean, I follow him too. I'm not acting like he's, a fan of mine or anything like that. But he said, they count those Minneapolis championships.
Right.
So why would George Mikan not be up in the rafters? I just don't understand how did they just, I don't know how long ago George Mikan died. It seemed like it was 20 years ago. Don't quote me on that. It's like, what made them wake up and realize, hey, wait a second, why is George Mikan's number not in the rafters? And what a shame it is that he wasn't alive to see his jersey up in the rafters with all the other Lakers greats. It's incredible. It's an incredible and an egregious oversight. And Shane Murray disagrees. Shane, don't disrespect George Mikan like that, brother.
Right.
Why are you?
He died in 2005.
2005.
Sheesh.
So, and how many times did they win in Indianapolis? Let's see. We won one in the 70s, five in the 80s. That's six. And then we've won how many we've won six in this decade, in the 2000s. So that's 12. So the other five were won in Minnesota, and they count them. So it didn't make no sense for him not to be in the rafters. And he was the first great NBA player. It's just unbelievable. But
Yeah.
It's up there.
Anyway, it's done now. So
yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of Lakers from this time, but he still ain't put up yet.
Like who?
We put up Hall of Famers, dude.
Like Michael Cooper.
Michael Cooper.
We put up Hall of
like
Famers.
Robert Horry.
Derek Fisher. You think they're
Dude, no. I'm not. No. I'm not gonna let him do this because all the numbers hanging up there, they're Hall of Famers. Jamal Wilkes had to wait until he made the Hall of Fame to get his jersey hung up.
Mm-hmm.
We hang Hall of Famers. We don't just hang jerseys up there to hang jerseys up there because they were great Laker players. We hang Hall of Fame players, man. Don't do this.
I have nothing but respect for
I'm not going to stand for it, okay?
I mean, respectfully,
no.
It's been an argument on whether to put Robert Horry as a Hall of Famer or not, has it not?
You need to get your standards back up. What kind of girls you be after if your standards are this low for basketball? Like, I need to know.
Your standards are ridiculous, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry for having high standards.
No, you have unrealistic standards.
It's unrealistic to hang Hall of Fame players' banners for the Lakers, the greatest organization in the history of the National Basketball Association.
No, it's unrealistic to think every jersey that gets hanged up is going to be a Hall of Famer.
Let me ask you this. Every jersey that's up there, are they in the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Do you think that's a coincidence?
No.
Okay. Shut your ass up then. Like, what are we talking about
but
here?
Powell in the Hall of Fame yet?
What are we talking about?
He's Powell in the Hall of Fame yet?
He's going to get inducted.
But hasn't got it. He hasn't got inducted yet.
It doesn't matter when it's that obvious.
Right. Exactly.
But he hasn't got inducted yet, so he's actually putting up a non-Hall of Famer.
But Shane, we know that Derek Fisher. No disrespect, because I love Derek Fisher. I love Robert Horry. I love Michael Cooper. I love those guys.
Exactly.
But we know that they're not. I mean, especially they talk about Horry, but has he ever been a finalist? No. I mean, Derek Fisher's not going to make the Hall of Fame.
7 championships, though.
I think Coop was finally a finalist.
I bet Robert Horry has like an outside shot later to maybe make the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, like Michael Cooper, I think he was just like a semifinalist or a finalist this year, I think. So, but is he going to get in? I mean, he wasn't none of those guys that we just named.
And Byron Scott ain't up there yet either, right?
Right, but none of those guys were. I don't think
Scott's not going to be in the Hall of Fame, man.
How can you be in the Hall of Fame when you never even made an All-Star team? Shane.
I mean, how many All-Star games has Pau Gasol made?
6.
What the heck? Why are you trying to disrespect Powell now?
I'm not disrespecting Powell. I love
He was
Powell.
the second greatest international player in the history of the league. As it stands right now.
But officially, he's not in the Hall of Fame yet.
Because he's not eligible till next year.
Okay, then. But
Shane, the
would it
point
make
is
more
that,
sense to put him up there when he gets in the Hall of Fame?
of course,
To make your point.
Magic Johnson, Kareem, Shaq, Kobe, even James Worthy. They put James Worthy in before he was officially in because it was just understood he would be in. And he ended up having to wait a year, I think, to get in. But they still put him up there because they knew eventually, of course, James Worthy is going to be in the Hall of Fame. And Pau Gasol is basically like the James Worthy of the Kobe's last couple championship teams. He's that that type of basically almost like almost very similar careers actually, and I mean not similar players, but similar careers and the roles that they played with the Lakers on Lakers championship teams, Gasol and Worthy. Okay, so the Lakers they beat the Nuggets on Sunday. The last time we podcasted, had Westbrook come off the bench yet? We podcasted on Saturday, didn't we? Yeah, that's right. So yeah, Westbrook he'd already played a game off the bench, but he played better on Sunday. And the Lakers, I was at one point, I think they were down by 8 points in the third quarter, and I was thinking, oh, this is gonna be another loss. They what it was a 16-on run, I think, to end the quarter, and we ended up and we ended up hanging on to win the game, and we got our first win of the season, and then they gave Coach Darvin Ham I guess that was a Gatorade shower or
no water,
an ice bath in the locker room for his first win, and the Lakers
the
moved to
team that
1-5.
drafted him.
The Lakers moved to 1-5. It's like that. You remember that old meme where they used to go? It used to say, I think it was when LeBron came to the Lakers. It was like the rebound to Ingram. He kicks it out ahead to Lonzo. Lonzo kicks it ahead to James. James slam dunk. And then it would say, Warriors 123, Lakers 89. So like everybody got all excited, and the Lakers just cut the lead from 33, 36, 33 to 31 or whatever. But that's kind of what this is. This is like we started 0-5.
It's just nothing like that. Y'all just
We
want to be
started 0-5.
pessimistic and lame, but okay.
Hey Mitch, at what point is it okay to be pessimistic?
Yeah, you can be pessimistic. Listen, you tell this fool the reality of the situation. He's like, "Oh man, you being pessimistic."
The reality of the situation is the whole Western Conference is struggling, so there's still a chance of turning shit around. And you sitting there acting like, "Oh, it's over with. He might as well go back."
Did anybody say it was over? I think we
all acting like it.
No, we said we're 1-5. Like
we gotta win.
Yeah, we're 1-5. Like
okay,
exactly. Okay,
6 games in.
Yeah, and we only have one win out of those 6 games. Like,
all right.
What are we talking about here?
You tell me.
Same.
It's supposed to be an exciting show, not pessimistic.
We're supposed to be excited because we finally won one game after losing the first 5.
When you look at the big picture, yes.
Listen, bro. I've seen this show before. They play good. Then the next game they go back to how
Pessimism. They about to lose the next 4 games. They ain't gonna make the play in.
Listen,
we heard that. Yeah,
it's prove it time.
Yeah. All right. With your expectations. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry for expecting them to win games. Like, are you not expecting? Listen, are you not expecting them to win games?
I am.
Okay. So what are you talking about?
And they won one. Give them their credit and move on.
bruh. You're
Stop with the hard ass bullshit.
ain't no, bruh. They're 1
Who
and
we, are
5.
we
Like
rooting? Who are
And
we
they're
rooting for?
one.
Though?
Listen, let that sink in. They're 1
look
and
at Brooklyn's situation. Look at
this
Clippers
ain't
situation.
Brooklyn. Brooklyn hasn't even won a championship. Like, so
And we
who
won one
gives,
2 years ago. So why are you complaining? Why are you complaining?
who gives a fuck about Brooklyn? I don't.
We won 2 years ago. Why are you tripping?
That was 2 years ago.
That's what I'm saying. Spoiled ass Laker fan. Do you know the teams that ain't even won one yet? And they've been in the league 20 years?
I figured it out. I know what it is.
What?
It's because he's also a Cowboys fan, so he likes to live on the successes of the past.
No, it's called being appreciative. I'm appreciative for what I have, what we do have.
That's why he's hanging on to the championship for 2 years ago.
All this bullshit, all this, so what, it's 2 years ago?
Like, I figured it out.
There's teams in the league that ain't never won no championship.
We're not those teams.
It's just different, Shane, because I like I said, I think last episode, I used to be like Shane. I used to be the guy who would call Lakers fans unappreciative when we'd be in the middle of, a great champion, a series of championships, and they'd be all pessimistic, and they'd be all wanting to make changes and different things like that, and wanting to change, trade key players who had done so much for us. But that was when, it was like, we've never been in a situation like this before, where we won a championship.
You act like it's so fucking terrible. This ain't like it's a rebuilding squad. They like we fighting for lottery picks.
That's the point,
dude.
That's the point, is that they're not rebuilding. The point is that we still have these. If we had won those, I mean, imagine us winning the title in 2000, and then the next year we come back. And the next 3 years have gone the way that the 3 years have gone since we won this title with LeBron.
That really just sneezing on the title in 2020 like it wasn't nothing. Like, bruh.
But you know what?
We won a title literally 2 years ago. Not 10 years ago. Not 20 years ago. 2 years ago.
Does that title to you feel the same?
Completely different roster.
What?
Does this title to you, Shane, feel the same as it would have felt if it hadn't been in the bubble and if we had a parade?
Dog, that year was a crazy ass year. The fact that they actually went to that bubble and won says a lot.
I think
most niggas ain't going to no bubble to play no game.
I think us not being in the I think us winning in the bubble and not having a parade contributes a lot to us not being able to just kind of still bask in the afterglow of the 2020 title, because it didn't feel like a real title, bro.
It felt like a real title because I went out in the streets and celebrated, so it felt like a real title to me. But the thing is, we're so far removed
Talk
from
to Denver about that. Talk to Portland about that. Talk to the Clippers about that. Talk to Phoenix about that.
You just named
there's so many teams that don't even have one. And you bitching off the 17th championship that was won 2 years ago.
Dude.
Think about that. 2 years ago.
Antho, what kind of girls do you think this guy goes after with his standards being so low like this?
I mean, just any old scallywags that he can find.
First of all, y'all can't talk about my standards.
They're so low. We might as well talk about them.
Yours are ridiculous. And this dude don't get girls. So what am I talking to?
All right, Shane. All right, man. Come on. Don't you go in there putting my business out there like that, man.
I mean, thank Jason for that. He asked for it.
Nobody on YouTube knows that I don't get chicks, bro. Nobody on YouTube
knows yourself so much.
Huh?
Listen.
That you hide yourself so much.
That's the point. That's why.
Listen. Back to the point, right? We're so far. Listen, it felt like a real championship to me, but we're so far removed from that championship, and I'll tell you why.
2 years ago.
Shut your ass up and let me get my.
So far removed. So far removed.
I'll wait.
2 years ago. So far removed.
I'll wait.
I need a gavel. Shane Murray, please. Order in the court.
My goodness.
Woo
Anyway.
sob, motherfucker. Woo motherfucking
Listen,
sob.
You know what this means? Do you know what this means? When my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut.
I don't give a fuck about your head, your face, your fucked up sunglasses, your hoodie, your Omar F looking face. I don't give a fuck about none of that
Whoa,
shit. Stop
hey,
it. I don't give a fuck about that arm.
Put your turtle and a half shell little ass up before I come over through this screen and snatch your stupid glasses off your face.
Why did he
They ain't gonna do shit.
Yeah,
why
well,
did Mitch say?
And I'll close your closet door. How about that?
Why did Mitch say?
You can bring it. I'm here.
Why did Mitch say turtle in a half shell? Why is it a half shell?
Hey, Turtle Squad. I don't care.
Oh, listen.
Why do they call Shane a turtle? Is it because you like the Ninja Turtles, don't you, Shane?
I do. I plan to buy the franchise one day.
What did you say?
I plan to buy the franchise one day.
That's good, Shane. I like it. That's a nice goal to have. To buy the teenage. Do you like it, Shane, when they do those? You guys some of those videos they would do. What's that guy saying? What is that guy saying? That guy who does all those funny like GTA videos. That same guy. He used to do. His name is I think Real 84 Vids or something like that. And he would do the Teenage Mutant. He would do the voiceovers for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You know the TV shows they had with the like live action turtles. Come on, did you like?
Yeah, watch other shows and all that. Movies, all that.
But did you like the parodies he would do?
I don't like the last show that came up with the Raj and Ninja Turtles. That seemed like a spoof of it.
I'm talking about the YouTube parodies. You never watched those?
No, I don't know anything about YouTube parodies.
Okay, I'll send a link to the group chat when we're done. When we're done with this. When we're done recording. But
anyway,
right.
Yeah.
So
proceed with your bullshit statement. Go ahead. Your floor is yours. Fuck you.
My hand goes up, your mouth goes shut.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Hey. I let you get your little nonsensical points out without interrupting, so you better pay me this.
Continue with your bullshit. Bring on the bullshit. So I'm just gonna kick back.
Thank you. So we're so I felt like a real championship to me, but we're so far removed from it, even though it was 2 seasons later. Why? The season after that, they completely dismantled the championship roster. We bring in, guys like Schroeder and DeAndre Jordan didn't even last, or was that the season after? Either way, we end up losing to the Suns in the first round of the playoffs. On top of that, we were in the play-in and barely beat the Warriors just to get into the playoffs. So either way, we get the play-in, win that, lose in the first round. You can say, oh, Anthony Davis was hurt. Well, hey, you got to play who's in front of you. We benefited from injuries during our championship run, so all's fair. We lost. First round exit. So it's like, okay, after that, what happens? We don't even make the play-in last season. And the way that and then the roster got destroyed even more. And then the way that the Lakers played was just so uninspiring. And it sucked my joy. It sucked the joy from my body, honestly, to the point where I'm barely excited for this. I was barely excited for this current NBA season, and I'm still not even currently there, just because they started off slow. I think we can all agree on that. They started off slow, 0-5. And through those first 4 games, well, 3 of them, 3 of those games, because I'll say the game against the Blazers, they played, decently, good enough.
Lost it over a few things.
Just made some.
Were you just
mistakes.
were you just raising your hand asking for permission to speak? Because
Yes, I
if
was.
so,
Because
Mitch
you
is
glossed over a few things.
because Mitch if so, Mitch has trained you very well in a very short period of time.
Anyway, you glossed over a few things. In 2021, that team that you keep saying we dismantled the whole championship team. They were voted the number one team during the off season. First off, voted by the
What does the
GM.
off season mean?
But I'm by the GM getting there. Second thing,
What
we
does the
had a,
off
we
season
were
mean?
we had a top three defense, and we were like what 14-4 throughout. And
Where did
then
that get
your
us?
boy LeBron, who you decided to wear his uniform for Halloween, he got injured,
Sheila's
and then
jersey.
AD got injured, and then they try to get healthy all during all at the same time when they
I
tried to play the
mentioned,
first round of playoffs.
I
We ended up
mentioned,
losing.
I literally mentioned that AD got hurt. And then what did I say after that? We
But you
benefited.
forgot
Shut up,
you
shut up,
forgot to
shut
mention
up,
how
shut
good
up,
they were
shut up,
doing
shut up.
before they got hurt,
Because
though.
no, no,
You
no,
forgot
no.
because you try to say,
Because
"Oh, they
we
dismantled the team."
literally,
I don't know why they dismantled the team. We
we
suck. We were in the
literally,
first. No,
we the year we won the championship, we literally benefited from players being injured, literally in every round. So to come back and be like, oh, well, AD was injured. No, that's bullshit. And to say
and
that,
plus we started 3 months after that.
it leads teams to be like, oh, well, you know, all the teams that you played in the playoffs were injured. So that invalid to use the injury excuse invalidates the championship. So I'm not going to use it. Be smart.
Whatever. Plus we started this three
Exactly.
months
So you
after
know you're
the
wrong.
finals ended.
You know you're wrong. You know you're
No,
wrong.
you wrong.
You know that every team that we played in the 2020 championship, they had an injury.
They
So
still
to
were a
go
strong
back,
team,
go
regardless.
back
So
the next year and try to use the injury excuse, it literally invalidates the
we can
2020
use injury excuse
championship.
because the two of our best players was out. Plus we have multiple injuries for everybody.
Okay, so you want to invalidate the 2020
It can't
championship?
be invalidated.
Yes, it
There's no way
can.
you're going to invalidate it.
We played teams that had injuries. Did we not? Yes or no?
Were they still a strong team?
Yes or no?
Were they still a strong team?
Yes or no? Did we play teams that had injuries? Yes or
I'm
no?
not answering that.
Because you know the answer is yes, we did.
No, it don't matter.
Exactly. It doesn't matter.
Whatever.
Exactly.
Whatever,
Injuries
man.
injuries are part of the game. And that's just the way it is. Everybody knows it. Everybody has
Whatever.
injuries.
Move
Injuries,
on. Okay, move on
injuries,
now.
injuries is not a good
Move
excuse.
on now. Moving on now. I don't hear Jason. Moving on now.
Man,
Wow.
shut up and close your closet door, you big dummy.
My closet door is not open, Sherlock.
Antho, can you see his closet door open?
Wait, that's not your closet door?
You big dummy.
First off, why you all in my space?
Nope. Antho, mute him right now. Mute him for 60 seconds.
First, why you all in my space? Why you all in my space?
Nope.
Shit.
You
I
lost
can
your
do what I
talking
want.
privileges.
I can do what I want in my own
lost
house. All right.
your talking privileges.
I can do what I want in my own house. All right. I
Nope.
want my closet door
Shit.
open. The closet door open. Nigga.
In a closet door, is the door crooked?
No, it's not crooked.
It's just open.
Because I want it open. Because it's my house and I want it open.
First you said it wasn't open though.
Right?
Because I want to. Because I want to have it open.
Yeah, all of a sudden. Nah, heck nah. This just goes to show this fool don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Word.
Boom.
Yeah, whatever.
I got him.
Okay, so looking ahead now, we have New Orleans twice this week, right?
Let me guess. Y'all think we got to lose both games?
Yeah, I think so, Shane.
Yeah. Some fans, y'all are.
But I think Shane,
y'all? First of all,
being a fan, I think doesn't mean.
Shut your ass up, because I actually think we can win. I think we can beat the Pellies. Then on Friday we play the
Oh, you
Jazz,
think we
and
actually
then
win
on
a game?
Sunday we play the Cavs.
Wow, he think we actually win a game. Just a Kodak moment.
So we don't play the Jazz twice this week. I mean, the Pelicans twice this week.
Now we play the Pellies. We play the Pellies tomorrow. On Friday, we play the Jazz.
Then Sunday Cleveland, right?
And then Sunday we play the Cavs. Now the Cavs will be tough, but I mean, if they play the way that they played last night, I couldn't easily see that we could win these games for sure.
All winnable games.
Did the Cavs win last night?
I'm not too sure.
I feel
all winnable games.
The Cavs have got a squad.
They got swag now.
Yeah, they got everything you need.
They got my cousin.
They're all right.
Donovan Mitchell.
Here we go.
Karis LeVert.
They're all right.
They have an all-star point guard. They have the great Evan Mobley, who reminds me of a Tim Duncan like.
He ain't great yet, so calm down with that.
But his impact is already great. And then Jared Allen, of course.
Maybe I'm being dismissive of the Cavs because they're second in the East right now.
Cavs have a squad, bro.
East is trash.
Darius Garland is the point guard, the all-star point guard they have. It's just an amazing job.
Who we were supposed to draft, but LeBron fucked that up. So
the Cavs are 5-1, and they've won 5 in a row.
Okay,
nice squad, man. And the Pelicans have a nice squad. The Lakers are lucky that Ingram isn't going to be playing, but the Pelicans have a nice squad. And then even the Jazz once again, they proved my point about the whole team building thing, which is it's not so much about having big names as it is about having, like I said, it's like a college team that, they might play freaking, Duke or Kentucky, and Duke and Kentucky will have all these great, players who are going to be first round draft picks and top 5 picks and stuff like that. But they might face, some random team in the tournament that just, what they say you need in the tournament. You need good guard play. You need to be able to make your free throws down the stretch. You need some big men who can just set some screens and play solid, do some solid rebounding, stuff like that. And they'll, beat a team that really has, more NBA talent than they do. And it's kind of like that now. It's like, it's not so much who you have. It's having the guys who can I've said it so many times now, but it's about having guys who are optimized for the modern style of play. So we'll see what happens. But I hope they beat the Jazz, and hopefully they can win one of the 2 other games. But Cleveland will be really tough. They're really
a tough matchup.
Yeah,
a tough matchup.
Still winnable game.
So what's going to be our record this week, Shane? Because last week you said we go 3-0, and that
said we go 3-0.
Huh?
I still said we go 3-0.
So you said we're going to go 3-0 this week, Shane?
Yep.
And what are you wagering on that this time?
Whatever y'all want.
More drinks.
Okay.
Big Mitch is going to be an alcoholic by the time he finishes all these drink bets with Shane.
Right.
Is
on my tab.
Is that it for tonight? I know Shane was already grumpy before the episode started because he wants to go to sleep because he's an old man.
Yeah. Listen, for somebody who claims to be so young, he gets so grumpy at late at night. Like
Shane claims to be young.
He claims. Oh, younger
than both of y'all. What the hell are you talking about?
Oh, this fool is 33 years old. Like, you're approaching your mid-30s, sir. Just so you know.
I'm still young, so you can hate all you want.
Shane acts like he's 10, 12 years younger than we are. 15 years younger than us.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
young is still
you're
young.
younger than me, Shane. Come on,
young is still young, and I look 10 years younger. So, look,
Shane, please, brother.
Do women tell you
right now? Do women tell you that?
hold on. Is one of your dreams to also be a stand-up comedian? Because my lord, that was funny. I'll give you that.
I mean, I can be. You know what I'm saying? If Kevin Hart can be a comedian, I can be a comedian.
So now
Wait,
you taking
what?
shots at Kevin Hart.
What?
Where did that come from?
Right.
You don't like Kevin Hart?
You don't like?
I like Kevin Hart, but all his jokes is one dimensional.
Now you're critiquing his comedy style?
Yeah.
I think Kevin Hart is only funny on stage. I don't think Kevin Hart is funny off stage.
Really?
Yeah, I think Kevin Hart is only funny on stage. I think his stand-up work is good, but I don't know about his.
I think his stand-up is falling off. That's me.
But Shane, do women tell you that you have a baby face or that you look younger than you are?
Have you been on a date yet, Anthony?
Shane, why you gotta say that, bro?
What the heck is
I'm
wrong
asking
with
you
this guy?
a decent
I'm
question.
asking you a general question.
I asked you first, Shane. You answer my question first, then I'll answer your question.
Yes, they tell me that all the time, among other things.
What are the other things, Shane?
Stop it. Cut it out.
What are the other things that they tell you?
Oh my God.
It's grown folks' business, Anto. Get you some.
It's grown folks' business, this guy.
Stop it. Oh my gosh. This fool out here lying again, man. I swear I can't stand him when he be lying out here, man.
Ain't nobody lying in these streets but you, Jackson. So
Is Shane Murray and Omar Israel Barahona level?
No, listen. Omar, man, before he, was with his lovely girlfriend, Judith. Listen, Omar was a Mac daddy. Don't sleep on Omar.
hey, don't sleep on me. But
Hey, listen.
you
know what they call
What
Omar?
you say, Shane?
Do you know? Wait. You know what they call Omar in the streets?
I forgot. What did you say it's called?
Mr. Stamina.
Wow.
Yes.
Shane, do you have that gift to make the women to keep
I
to
ain't
go
never
all
heard
night
nobody
long?
call him Mr. Stamina.
I mean, I had nobody complain yet, so.
Oh, this guy Shane.
Oh my God! Stop it! I can't. Oh Lord! Not like
This
this.
with the hate.
Not like this. No, man, not like this, man. No, not like this. Oh gosh. Oh no.
Basically,
Shane,
You
do
know
the
what?
neighbors know your name?
I started laughing. Before. Did he say that with a straight face?
He can barely keep a straight face. That's what's funny about it.
they sleep. They sleep, like I said.
Mitch is deceased.
Come on, not like this, man. Nah, man, not like this.
That's enough. This is becoming too much. This is.
You're gonna have to put you're gonna have to put a TV mature on this one.
Yeah. Should we ask Shane a few more questions about his his skills?
I tell you what, when you actually do some of these skills, then you able to ask me about mine. You know what I mean? Get some experience first, and then we can talk.
Why you always shooting people for, man?
I like two different kinds of women, Shane. I like them when they're like little petite broads, and then I also like a woman who's like a nice, like a full woman. 5'7".
But you're not getting either, so it's
like a brick house stacked 5'7", body all around. That's what I like, brother. And plus, I like them little and petite too. That's probably a little petite about all time favorite, but more recently I've realized how much I like women who are like, like I said, a nice full woman, who can take a nice, all right, man.
Pause. Well, yeah, just going left. So
Going left for real now. Okay.
Calling it night.
All right.
Oh man, listen. I think Herbert wanted to give his opinion on Shane's love life too, but unfortunately we are out of time. So my apologies to Herbert. Maybe next time we can get into Shane's love life.
We're going to start the next episode with Shane Murray's love life. So be
No,
prepared
we're not.
Yeah,
to spill
yeah,
the beans.
yeah, yeah.
No,
Thursday, right? Yeah, we can do that. Let's do it.
no, we're not.
Thursday. Shane, be
Yeah,
ready.
we can.
We're not. We're not
Yeah,
doing
we'll
that.
do a deep dive. I'll start preparing some questions.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
Yeah, let's do it. Run it.
All right.
Nice
So,
try.
before we get out of here, um, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button next to the Complete Lakers podcast. If you prefer the audio version, remember to rate, review, and subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts. The show is also on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and every other major podcatcher. Make sure to follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at TC Pod Network and to like it on Facebook. Just search for the Complete Lakers podcast. And finally, send feedback and mailbag questions to CompleteLakersPodcast@gmail.com. We are out.